Now that we have the basic formatting in place, we're moving on to fine-tuning issues, and the first thing we're going to revisit are the margins. So I've actually done a lot of the work on this manuscript already, but what I want to show you is what I've done. So if we go to page layout again and click on custom margins, you can see that we have mirror margins. Now the gutter is the part of the book where the binding is, and if we left the margin at 0.6 and 1.2 as we had it in this case before, because of the width of the book, the margin on the inside would appear even smaller. So what I've done is put in a 0.25 of an inch gutter, and then I've taken a third of that off the inside margin and 2/3 of it off of the outside margin. At this point, because we still have this weird page reversal thing in Word, it does look as though the wider margins are going to be on the inside of the pages and the narrow ones on the outside of the pages. But I have created a PDF of what it will look like so that you can see that were we to export it at this point, page 5 is a recto page and the narrower margin is to the inside, the wider margin to the outside. So even though it looks wrong in Word at this point, it is right. Now, you may decide that you don't like a wider outside margin. If you have a lot of pages in your book and you're trying to reduce the printing costs, then you might want to bring the size of the outside margin down. On this particular book I don't. But you could bring the margin down on this side to match the margin on that side, or to be slightly higher. At this point you have to start trusting your own eye and your own judgment. Just don't make the margins so small. Don't think in terms of mass market paperbacks where they have a really tiny margin at the side. You're going for a trade paperback look, and that's the price that you'll be competing at, so you may as well get the quality to go with it. I am also going to change the bottom margin, because even though I do like the traditional book canon, I want 22 lines on my page, and if I count here, I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, I've only got 20. So I want an extra 2 lines per page, which means I'm going to fiddle about with my margins until I get what I want. So I'm probably going to come down to about 1.5 to start off with. And now we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Okay, that's close, but I really do want the 22, so I am going to come down just a little bit further. I don't quite know what I did there. Custom margins, and I'm going to take the top margin down to 0.8 and the bottom margin down to 0.4. And that gives me a page that I'm happy with the balance of. So go back to your margins and have a play around. Try to stay with plenty of space and make sure that you are always over and above your printer's minimums, because the printer minimums will take you right up to the edge of the page, and it'll start to look cramped and untidy. So give yourself plenty of white space, but it's time to have a play now with setting the margins as you're happy with them.